like I said earlier on, today is the 10th edition of Pink on YFM. In the last 10 weeks, I've spoken to phenomenal women who are changing the narrative, and not just in Ghana, but across the world. I've spoken to the likes of Wendy Boatma Ofori, Amma Duncan, Professor Aurelia Ofori, and tonight, my guest at a first glance comes off as someone who's not so forthcoming, but she's the most sweetest. You know what? Let me summarize. I think she's the sweetest gift March gave me. And guess what? Someone that we all know has hair all to himself. Imagine a whole jewel in the home. But my guest would amaze you tonight. She is the definition. You know the proverbial saying that small but mighty? Yeah, she defines that. Tonight, we are going to have a very suspenseful, purposeful, but insightful conversation. You would love it. Welcome to Pink on YFM. My name is Abina K. Yadom. Tonight is the night. You're loving my looks on Facebook. Yeah, I know. Get on Facebook right now at Y102.5 FM. On Facebook at Y102.5 FM. Brabisha, your guest. No. Hey. I am looking swashbuckling, like fresh Indian notes. India comedy dinner. Oh, and Who is saying Coco? Those of you saying Coco there, stop lying. Oh, I think it's Dubai that, yeah. So I'm looking like, fresh dinner currency from the Dubai Bank, the Dubai Bank of Ghana. I am a mess, I know. I am looking good, kind courtesy NEK Splendor Beauty Salon. Find NEK Splendor Beauty Salon right here at Ahunju in Shire. So I just sent the golf pack. They took care of my hair and my makeup, and I'm looking dazzling. I know. Thank you for telling me that. Anyway, my beautiful, gorgeous earrings are from Speckify. Last week we spoke to Mama Speckify right here on Pink. Lawyer or ton somebody. Wale bang. Lawyer moi. And then Contome lawyers no way. Proper lawyer. Solicitor of the Ghanaian Supreme Court of Ghana. Ghana Bar recognized lawyer. Then Contome lawyers. Lord, the law not to her on the side or ton somebody. Urawa. You'll be left sport for choice. She's got wristwatches for male and female, necklaces. There me fekra or a freshwater person. Now the mommy say, "We see you car bro for the kesi fresh." No, Jina, I'm say twice fresh. I'm say ma twice now be who. I say they be the twice. I'm say ma freshwater pearls. They chain now mo de come kuno. Sa beat down white now any friend I see na way me kwa duma why ne be na mount to doom the major free Mama Speckify ho dia bro mama for na say am taka me kan atwi obi masoma de na esa ka me last chele enti ya wonto foforo ya munyai sa soma de na ye obi ewu ade beko obi wari ade beko ye to obi di ade beko wo koda crash enti wo pa te wo da asema na beka anti enyesa wo so no obi nyanto kwa akoma se fi osinti na soma de ba akopɛ no. Balco Speckify, they give you a wide range of earrings. I mean, to choose from. Into the other back ho, the other baji, with 3 points. The Uche exam, I'll be shaman about good luck. Watching us, Jai. You see, I see a man for watching my exam boy, or Baku be better, or Mama Speckify. Prof, I say, Mama Speckify, no, you're smart, no, you're smart for real. I am not endorsing examination or practice, please. Before you guys go and make headlines about Abna K endorses examination or practices, please. Steady. But of course, buy your premium or nothing wristwatches from Mama Specify. Specify El Kasi Guinness Junction in the same building with Latest Phone. Please call them on 0533346762 or 05338773. Ambi. And then what dance did you Ambi? So one of my lecturers, was saying that Ambi as a call first time when you're good experience. I was like, hold on, please. And the brand ambassador for Ambi come back again. And then I brought him a lunch treat from my boss. I gave it to him on Friday. Sunday 6 a.m. sharp. I'm saying Papa Nonya 4 a.m. Krobe Frame. 6 a.m. the first call I received was from him. Hello, Lodina. The only time I respond to Lodina is when it's coming from official people. Lodina, Charlie, the Ambi Jollof, it go on. Wow. I beg, I get some South African guests there, and I won't take them to Ambi. You go make reservation for me. I say, hold on, you no get problem. And you're not near the first I'm talking to you now. I have an A in that course, and I can't explain. Please don't ask me how. I studied, okay? Don't ask me how. But if you want to get an A in your life, go and dine at Ambi. Lecture chair there with Uche and Kodi Ambi Jollof with goat. Kabibia say lecture no. Obe makia be maku fira kradi. Ambi Executive Restaurant. I mean, if you want to make a very good impression on someone when it comes to where to dine, take them to Ambi. We have a space for private birthdays, group hangouts. You want to propose to someone, you want to go down one knee and ask, will you marry me? Leave it to us. We will do that for you at Ambi. She no go accept, crash, she go accept. We will carry the ring, put them for finger. Ambi has lamb chops, rib eye, tomahawk, seafoods for as low as 150 Ghana cedis. As a paitia. Call Ambi now on 0597 839363 or find and follow Ambi on Instagram, TikTok at Ambi_GH. Ambi isn't just a restaurant, it's a community. For Ambi, at Ambi, a pinch of passion in every dish. Do you remember this sound? Nokia bo. Senior Bible sibi bia betwem banyamiasem entwemuno. Sonny Erisin betwem. Wani betwem ba Nokia de otim. Tete Nokia adaso Nokia. Nokia has introduced the latest range of Android phones. I read Daniel 1 Daniel B. See, I look at the Android world in him. There is Nokia G22, which is 128 and 4 gigabyte. The battery is 50 mAh. And then there is Nokia C22, 64 2 gig, battery 5000 mAh. There is Nokia C32, 64, 4 gig, 128 and 4 gig. Battery is 50 mAh. Now all types of Nokia phones are available. You can visit any mobile phone outlet to purchase Nokia phones throughout the country. ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. There is one medical condition that sometimes I ask God that those people who suffer it, is there anything they didn't do right that had them, going through that medical condition? Epilepsy. Anytime I hear about epilepsy, I am down. Somewhere in 2019, on my way home from work, I happened to see someone who had a seizure, and it dampened my spirit throughout the day. I think it's an image that I cannot get off my head. Tonight, my guest is running a research about epilepsy. We're going to delve more into it. But on the pink seat, which we should be getting very soon, is Professor Priscilla Kolibia Mante, the Associate Professor of Pharmacology, and she's also a neuropharmacologist for KNUST. Prof, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. And you?
You're very fine.
Oh, thank
so
you.
once you're very fine, I am very fine.
Okay.
It's good to have you tonight.
Thank you.
Well, do you remember the last thing you ate today?
Wachi.
For breakfast?
No, for lunch.
Hey, Prof, breakfast
For lunch.
Wache for lunch.
Yeah.
I thought we usually have wache in the mornings.
No. I didn't have enough time this morning, yes. So I had it for lunch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When I posted your flyer, I read some to you of air. Lots of, wow, she's smart. Oh my God. Growing up, did you ever know you'd be Professor Mante now? Did you ever assume that in 20 years you wouldn't be Priscilla, would have to address you as Professor Priscilla Mante?
No. I didn't think I would become a professor.
Okay.
I actually thought I'll become the president of the World Bank.
Hey! You don't mean it.
I'm serious.
Any special reason?
No special reason. I just saw at that time I was around 15. I just saw the then president of the World Bank on TV, and I just felt this guy has a cool job. I want his job.
He has a cool job. Why? What was cool about his job?
I don't know. He was giving a talk, and there's the setting and the things he was speaking on. I just felt like this is something I can do.
Okay.
Or this is something I want to do. Yes. Yeah. So I didn't think I'll become a
Not
professor.
even the Bank of Ghana.
No.
World Bank.
Yes, World Bank.
As in World Bank.
Yes.
Biasisika Krabia.
Yes.
Hey, Prof. And what happened to that dream?
Yes. So interestingly, I went to high school with that dream. So I went to high school as a general art student.
Right.
Yes, because I wasn't sure what you had to do to become the president of the World Bank. But I just thought, if I could speak French, then I can get this job. So, I went to high school and did general arts because I wanted to learn French. The way our system is.
Yeah.
You can only learn it when you do general arts.
General arts.
Yes. But as I was sitting in a general arts class for some time, it wasn't working for me. So I went to ask that they change for me to do science. And that's how I came to do science, yes.
Prof, take us through your childhood a bit.
Okay.
Who is Priscilla? When did Priscilla grow up? Amongst how many siblings? How was life for you? Take it from between 8 and 16.
Okay, so between 8 and 16. So I am one of 3 children. Yes.
The first?
I'm the middle child.
Okay.
Yes, so I have an older brother and then a younger sister, yes. And I was born to 2 teachers.
Wow.
Yes. Both parents started in the classroom, but my dad ended up in the office. So he worked, yes, for Ghana Education Service.
Okay.
But my mom taught till she she retired.
Right.
So for majority of my life, I actually grew up on a school campus.
Okay.
Accra Girls.
Oh, that was where your mom was stationed.
Yes, that's where my mom was teaching. That's where she ended her career. Yes. So my whole life, I actually grew up on the campus of Accra Girls.
Interesting.
Yes.
Between 8 and 16.
So So I left. I'd say I left Accra Girls proper when I came to the university here in KUST.
Okay.
Yes.
Had you? Was it that you had enough of Accra? You wanted to try other, regions, explore, or it was a decision by the family?
So I came to Kumasi because I got into the pharmacy program. Yes.
Okay.
And at the time I got into the pharmacy program, KUST was the only university that had the pharmacy program.
Right.
Yes. But when I came to Kumasi and I did my 4 years national service, I decided to stay because I liked how calm Kumasi is.
Why? What is wrong with Accra?
Accra is too busy. Accra is too hot.
Why does everybody say this?
Accra is too hot. I was born in Accra. Yes. So I know Accra very well. And after living in Kumasi for some time, comparing my life here to what Accra would be like, I prefer to stay here. I still prefer to stay here.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So now, which preschools did you attend?
So primary school, I went to the Youngsters International. Yes.
Okay.
And then for high school, I went to Wesley Girls High School.
Hey, Prof.
Yes.
Mama, into me crying worry you.
Oh, no, don't worry.
We should
ignore us.
Ignore us. So you sat in an art class.
Yes.
And after some time, you went for a change to.
Yes.
Why did you want to do general science?
Because I felt more at home with the science content. So in the arts class, I was doing integrated science.
Was any of your parents teaching science at home?
No. In fact, in my nuclear family, I'm the only scientist. Yes. Everybody else did arts. Yeah. My brother did economics. My sister is a lawyer.
What's her name? Don't worry, we'll talk about
Agnes, yes.
Anyway, now back to the house. Growing up, what kind of child were you? The noisy one, the troublesome one? Because you look very petite, and petite kids. Petite is equal to trouble. No. They're the small but mighty.
That is not true.
What was your setting like?
So I was a book-long child.
Okay.
Yes. I was a book-long child, very studious, constantly in my books, but I was also a tomboy. So I played football, I climbed trees, I played chaskele.
I mean, every week, my guests surprise me, one after the other. This is the 10th week and another. You played football?
Yes.
With boys?
Yes, with boys. So with the boys that I grew up with, yes, I played football with them. Yeah.
What made you grab interest in football?
I mean, it was fun. They were playing. It looked fun, so I tried it. Yes. I was very athletic, so I did a lot of sports.
Okay.
Yes. So that for me was just one of the many things that I could do. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it wasn't really a big deal.
And how was your parents? What was their stance on a lady mingling with guys?
Of course, your mom will complain. Yes, your mom will complain. Yes, but she didn't give us a hard time. I think she understood that there are certain things we enjoyed. Yes.
So it means that you were going beyond Accra Girls Campus.
No.
Or some kids.
So within the campus. So you know the way secondary schools are for the boarding schools. You have accommodation for the staff. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of bungalows for teachers.
So the kids from other bungalows.
Yeah.
Oh.
So several families. Yeah. So my entire childhood, a lot of my friends lived on campus.
Right.
So there are quite a number of us. So, more than 20 of
Children
us.
of Teachers Association Ghana.
Yes.
You should read their secretary for the Accra chapter. Now, why did you not decide to go to Accra Girls? Because you lived there. And it means that you had an idea of how secondary school life is, right?
Yes. I had a pretty good idea of what secondary
school. It didn't
school.
threaten you, it didn't scare you, it didn't make you want to rescind your decision?
No. I had a pretty good idea of what secondary school was like, and I just liked the Wesley Girls model, so I opted to go there.
I see.
Yeah.
And why did you not decide to, remain at Accra Girls? Why did you want to leave beyond Accra Girls? Because over there your mom had some sort of control, so you would be home mode, What influenced you choosing Wesley Girls?
So apart from the Wesley Girls model, like I said, I don't think anybody would want to go to school where they've lived their whole lives. I've been there my whole life. Yeah, so I think secondary school starts around 15. Yeah, so after 15 years in this space, I don't think I want to do 3 more years.
Again?
Yes.
Wanted to explore a different city.
I needed to see the world.
And why Wesley Girls of all these schools?
It's not even a question. Why not Wesley Girls?
Prof, hold on a minute. But Time Herbal Mixture says that if you are battling malaria fever, typhoid fever, general body pains, you need Time Herbal Mixture. Now, Time Herbal Capsules is also there to treat rashes in your private parts, boost your immune system, and support general well-being. So please, contact any herbal shop or pharmacy across the country and get a bottle of Time Herbal Mixture or a box of Time Herbal Capsules. Please call them on 0244 417 669 for bulk purchase. Okay. Away from Time is P2 Lounge. Now is the open mic at P2 Lounge. Get ready to unleash your inner superstar. Maybe you didn't know that you're a star. You know how sometimes you're Celine Dion in the bathroom, but when you come out, it's not doing the do. Well, P2 Lounge says no matter what, bring your talent. All right. Every Friday, everyone is an MC at P2 Lounge from 8 p.m. Come and sing and rap your favorite song word by word. We make it easy by displaying the lyrics on our high definition giant screen, so you don't have to mince words. You just sing your heart out, irrespective of your voice. Voice in your crowd, bra. Open mic, now the karaoke is on a different level. Come and distress. I mean, the week has been long. Pressure, so please come and offload some at P2 Lounge. From high life to hip life to rap to dancehall to Prof's favorite hip hop to dancehall, R&B, or any genre of your choice, we sing it out loud. Open mic, everyone is an MC, and open mic is free. Find P2 Lounge inside the Kumasi City Mall food court. So what is see white phones sinka? What is see white phones sinka? See white phones are saying I'm in person me kind of brofo. The only how no de brofo bompaye. We are see the only how. The only how and de brofo bompaye. What is God? I need a favor. Charlie already me ham wow. It's ya be boy. And to see why did ye any brisem min cano brofo in your tree. Me say o phone a say. Oh, your phone, AUC, and Nija, Bawuniska. Would you say register mobile money? Now, Ghana Kada, must see white phones and Casamau. Yeah, ma, brand new phone, Bia, ko you see a trainer, the Cabre. Would your phone number no crowns 0245 051799. Oh, Friday, bro, for some, please. Abna K mentioned your number as there be a 37. Senior man, me phone a top ben mo Jack. Palm Sunday, no me ya ben me phone a top. Mr. Me ya phone. me Ghana card ni me mobile money number ni e hye ne say what your phone now call him 0245 051799 ba pese wa ko see white phones e wo edum inside Champion building name a few meters away from Melcom. See white phones of phone bia iPhone, Samsung, Nokia, XTG, Sony Ericsson, Xperia, phone bia any phone at all. Once you know it's a mobile phone brand, see why it has it. Ope yam kra yebenya koko yam ni na ama. We are West this year, yeah, called YFM and Castle Lakeside Party. Your boss is not concerned about your mental health. Monday, Okobana boss you with your money ready on general mental health because a job 1 year from January to a year. That's a 1 day penal coaching and I jack. Yeah, call YFM and Castle Lakeside Party. Rabbito ticket is here. For phone no. Yanko dial star 713 star 33 hash 0. No, let's go again. Star 713 star 33 star 01 hash. You good? Let's go again. Star 713 star 33 star 01 hash. To e-ticket this is CA. Yeah, the full lake biana me yare, but this year the MC with Deshi. Dulo Bia Kadem. This year Lakeside Party no. I am still speaking to Professor Priscilla Columbia Mante.
Charlie, I stress. Oh, Senior, what be the issue? Bro, another one caught up in again. I nearly get them this time. Charlie, the over 1.5 messed me up. Oh, Charlie, sorry. But wait, you don't get refund for your loss? Nah, bro, that thing's have day. You hear so before? Yeah, soccer bet they do. Them they call them soccer chance. Ah, Charlie, you sure? Oh, but why I for lie you? Just make your stake on 10 plus games with odds of 1.30 or more. And when it's full, you will get your stake back times 3. Come see my bets. Hey, Charlie, this be interesting, oh. I know, right?
Soccer Chance rules are simple. Bet on any of your favorite soccer league games with odds of 1.30 and more. The total number of games should be 10 or more. Now here's the catch. Lose just one out of the many and you'll be rewarded 3 times your stake. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18. Gaming can be addictive.
Nothing brings people together like good food. Fulfill your food cravings at any of our comfortable dining setups across the city. Pi serves high quality meals at low cost. Book your breakfast meetings at Pi's. For lunch and dinner, let's meet at Pi's. Pi's offers sit-in, take-out, and delivery services. Pi's serves you varieties of food and beverages, local and continental, all kinds of pizza and finger foods. Try our signature chicken and goat stare with any side dish. Pi's serves all kinds of stew and sauces, egg stew, beef stew, palava sauce. Wake up your taste buds with our cocktails and mocktails at Pi's Pizza and Restaurant. Locate Pi's at Ayediase, Bantama, and Kumasi City Mall. For delivery, call 055-071-3776.
Agriculture is for everyone, and I dream of the day that everyone will have an agriculture, vocational, or technical story to share. My name is Araba Kumsin, and I welcome you to Ghana Grows Ejuma. Let's go.
Join Araba Kumsing on YFM 102.5 every Monday at 8:30 a.m. for the Ghana Grows Ejuma broadcast. Don't miss Ghana Grows Ejuma broadcast on TV3 at 5:45 p.m. every Sunday evening. For more information on how to register for the Ghana Grows program, call the Springboard call center on 030-8255-775 or visit Springboard Zone or Ghana Grows on social media.
Ghana Grows Ejuma is brought to you by Mastercard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation.
Let's go.
Hey, the joint pizza la Supadora ne de obuao. Package me Achimota Forest. Package in the Susi.
La Supadora.
You want one large special pizza. Pizza Hotel Lankasa. Coca-Cola Kesia Bako. Near the 6 pieces of chicken wings and the white sauce attached. Ebusian chen for all trending. For the joint pizza this year.
Number no is 0551 460 154. Anna 0558 122 881. Frey, keep it deliver now. The joint pizza KNUST. Ayediase, opposite Victory Towers. Yesan wo Asokore Mampo. Bye-bye.
The pizza, only chicken wings is there. Yes, and the joint pizza.
Na ade nante musta bia aba foforo no ana na wo nante ana wache usisi wo sugar
se wonni me yare ne na me nipadua mu a enka wie wonya me rofo kra.
Oh sorry ya ready en fancy nipa menim
ene etie me yare ankasa kakra na nanse ache me chinka sei asemu bu
ade wonni Lawson herbal mixture e wo fie
Lawson herbal mixture ene e waduma ye pa if we say se me malaria ne kan ne ho a
achinje sei na Lawson herbal mixture so edisun kunim no honam ya pa wo bo no bia umia no kra won tehwe enso achire no ne ye no ya afe malaria koko afitikromu amane hunu wo po so ta ye wo ya me ade en
eya na mentiri mu ta hwe me pa na ase de me kotodwa hunu bisa
me so de ba nchia bo ngumu a Lawson herbal mixture e betene tama ho to kra
ene ye se Lawson herbal mixture ma me hoto me dia me da was na we no enye sika na me de da was
oh that is in kind
wo no
o chibre me nya me ko pedia process ya our pharmacy chemical na herbal shop bia be me omanfon frɛ 020-267-5778 and then 0242-133-577 Lawson herbal mixture there ehon na ase in kind.
Guys, let me introduce you to the Old Luxury Hotel Apartments. Missy, the Old Luxury Hotel Apartments offers an epitome of luxury living. Hey, they have a 1-bedroom deluxe with an extra room, 2-bedroom apartment, and 2-bedroom deluxe apartment with an extra room. Enjoy 24-hour intercom response, free Wi-Fi, DSTV, and 24-hour security service. The Odd is situated at a first-class residential area. Comes with a swimming pool, kitchen, and laundry. Our in-house executive chef will cook all your favorite meals at a cost. Find the Odd Luxury Hotel Apartment at Denyame behind Ashanti Regional Office, Leslie Opokuwari Drive. Please call 0536793633 or 0202-154241. The Odd Luxury.
Malaria fever. Can YFM you free Kumasi, you quite Kasi Lakeside. YFM Bema East the way I did. 1st April 2024. You fuck Kumasi Fogina. And you mock one Kasi Lakeside. You drunk Kasia. And you chilling baby. Swimming, water volley, boat ride, Soloku jams, FIFA competition, snooker, and table tennis. And you Wakra. Artista, Omujo announce the Siapa. And you know Muba, Ken Paluta, or Sacrum Sikeni. 7 Ks, free chua, K beat. Senior Malela Pilato Suba on the ones and twos, Bongo, Cassius, Koda, MC Pop J, AJ Benza, and K Official. TNE, YFM Lakeside Party, and First April 2024, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. sharp. Yeah, the bus do free Kumasi, and Wako Lakeside. Asad Waba, trade 90 Ghana pay. Nasa Wabe Share Hoswa, 30 Ghana. So tickets is here. Dialing *713*33*52#. YFM and Castle Lakeside Party. Pile. A comedy wa Fre Ibiza Foods. Eduani Ede. I check out Saveka. Fre Ibiza Foods. 0244 641716 and 0244 886003.
Speaking to Professor Kolibia Mante, Priscilla Kolibia Mante, and we are talking about how she ended up at Wesley Girls. But me Kohobebrina, Wabemami Wesley. I mean, why not Wesley Girls? Why not Wesley Girls? Prof, why? So you did 3 years at Wesley Girls, and now why did you decide to study pharmacology?
So I after Wesley Girls, I came back to the university, I came to the university for the first time as a pharmacy student. Yeah, so my first degree is in pharmacy, and then I became a pharmacist.
Okay.
Yes. So after my first degree, I was a TA in the Department of Pharmacology.
Okay.
Yes. So that's where I did my national service for about a year. And around that time, I had the opportunity to explore all the branches of pharmacy. So, hospital, community, all of that, yes. But I just found that I was at home in the classroom, teaching and then doing research. So I decided to pursue the postgraduate, yes.
Interesting. What about pharmacology interested you so much to pursue a career in it?
So I'd say that my attraction to pharmacology came from my very first mentor, who was a pharmacologist, and incidentally was also doing neuropharmacology. Yes. And it was very interesting, the type of research that he was churning out, the type of questions he was trying to answer. Yes, and I just felt like this is something that I see myself doing for the rest of my life. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I just veered in there. Yes.
Was it not challenging for a woman? Did you not feel, hey, can I do this? Am I in the right space? Or from the onset, from the get-go, you knew that you were in the right room at the right time?
So postgraduate studies are challenging. Anyone who's done masters, PhD, it can be very challenging. What I have never felt, I'll be honest with you, in my life is inadequate, that I can't do something. Yes. So as for the feeling that can I do this, that's I didn't think about. But then challenging, yes it is. It's very, very stressful to do a postgraduate degree. Yes. But then of course there are times when I second guess whether this is what I should be doing. Yes. Not that can I do this, but should I be here? Should I find a different job? Yes. Because going through the trials of trying to get your data and your supervisor is on your neck and constant pressure, sometimes you just sit back and like, why am I doing this?
And now you are there.
Yes. Now
as a supervisor for. Look at this. And how does it feel to be there now? Do you sort of understand your supervisors from back in the days?
Oh, certainly. I always tell, especially like those students who come in BTAs, I always tell them that when you are a student, you see things very differently. When you are in the front, you start to see that things are not as simple as you think when you are a student. Yes, and but then I enjoy it. I enjoy where I find myself, an opportunity to mentor other people. Yes, yeah. I feel it is an opportunity to provide for them the things that were not provided for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now, did you ever get folks from home saying, "Hey, I mean, because from what you've just told me, there has been no break."
Yes,
academically. True. Back to back. School for more than 10 years of your life.
Yeah, more than, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you have anyone ask, and how did you take in such remarks from people, whether it came from good heart or not?
Yes, I understand. You know, when you're a woman and you're going to school, they would always hit you with it. When are you getting married? Question.
Yeah, you had that.
Why?
Too?
Oh yes, I had it, and I used to give a lot of cheeky answers to those questions. My parents, for instance, did not give me that pressure.
Okay.
Yes, because they understood that I had a goal. Marriage was one of the goals. But then I needed to do what I needed to do before I get to that point.
Right.
So my plan was to get married after I get my PhD. And so I did that after my PhD. So my parents understood that. They didn't give me pressure. The pressure was always from the outsiders.
You know.
All the people, observers around, yes. So people used to ask me, when are you getting married? And my response was always, when I'm getting married, I'll send you an invitation.
Now from the lip. Oh my God, I'm choking. I mean, yeah. When you see the invite, it means we are getting married. If you don't see, keep quiet.
Yes.
Wait. Now the layman's understanding of pharmacology means you study the use of drugs and how it's made. Is that correct?
No. So pharmacology is what tells you what a drug will do when it gets into the system.
You don't mean it?
Yes. So for instance, when you swallow paracetamol for your headache, I am the person who can tell you what happens to the paracetamol for the headache to disappear. That's pharmacology.
Hold on. So there's a difference between pharmaceutical and pharmacology.
Okay, so pharmaceutical is just an adjective. So there's pharmacy.
Okay.
The pharmacy is the broad area.
Right.
And then under pharmacy you have subspecialties, or you have branches.
Charlie.
So pharmacology is one of those branches.
Right.
If you hear pharmaceutics, is one of those branches.
Okay.
If you hear pharmacognosy, is one of those branches.
Pharma what?
Cognosy.
You heard that before?
I did pharmacology.
Hey, sorry, madam.
Okay, so yes. So pharmacology is just one of those branches. And
I did cheat.
No.
You guys will not kill me on my own show. I did cheat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you specialize in pharmacology.
Yes.
That teaches what a drug does in a system.
Yes.
For what? When it's taken.
Yes.
Interesting. But how are you able to break down that this and this is what para does in the body?
Okay, so for some of these things, they're already known. Somebody has done the work and tells us when paracetamol gets into your body, it goes here, and this happens to it, and then the headache disappears. So those established drugs, they are things that we already know. It's in a book. I can show you where it is, and you can read. I'm sure even if you Google it, yes, you would be able to see. But so that's what I teach essentially. I teach what is already known, especially to the undergraduates, because they are going to work with what is already known when they become pharmacists. But then I help the postgraduates, the masters, and the PhD students to try and discover what is not known.
So yes. let me interject here. So everyone that studies pharmacology becomes a pharmacist.
No. a pharmacologist. So becoming a pharmacist is a profession.
Okay.
Just like medical doctor.
Okay.
So you have to do the pharmacy degree.
Okay.
And then you have to pass a qualifying exam.
Right.
And then be registered as a pharmacist. Then you can call yourself a pharmacist. When you do pharmacology, like I said, it's just an aspect of pharmacy. You haven't done the pharmacy program.
So it's after that they do the 2 years where they wear the white coat.
So people, they start wearing the white coats quite early. But yes, when you do, now the program in Ghana is 6 years. So you do the 6 years, then you have the degree, which is called Doctor of Pharmacy.
Right.
Yes, and as a prerequisite to be registered as a pharmacist, or to practice as a pharmacist, a full registered pharmacist, you have to do the housemanship. Is that what you are referring to?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they go to the hospital for about a year. Yes, and then, but then we change the system a little. So when you finish the exam, you write the qualifying exam. Your name is put on a temporary register. Once you've done the 1 year, then your name is put on the permanent register. Then
you need to renew your license every year.
Yes.
To be a member of good standing.
Yes. So you do what we term re-licensure every year.
And you also have to sit for an exam?
No.
Okay.
So essentially you need to go and report yourself to the person in charge.
That I'm still part
that I'm
you.
still part, yes.
I mean, Prof, so at a glance, you can tell what medicine this is, even without seeing the leaflet or the box?
Not necessarily. It's only magicians who can, or it's medicine that you work with every day.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of medicines that look similar. White tablet, yellow tablet, yes. So, in fact, it is not good practice to be able to identify medicine without
the box or
any
leaflet.
box or leaflet or any
identification
information. Yes, because there are a lot of tablets that look identical. I'm sure you've seen a few of them.
Yeah.
These antibiotics, yes, they look different colors.
Sometimes even their sizes also.
Even their sizes, yes. So it's not actually good practice to say that I know this tablet, but sometimes when you work with something very often, once you see it, you're able to identify. Yes, but it's not good practice.
On a regular day, run me through a day in your life.
So I tend to have very typical days. So let me put it this way.
Let's go to before you became an associate professor.
All right.
Okay. A day in your life before. That was when you were a senior lecturer, right?
Yes.
So before you became an associate professor, what was your day like?
So I don't really have typical days. So I'll explain this to you. When you become a lecturer, your job is 3 in 1.
Okay.
You have to teach, you have to do research, you have to do what we call community service. So essentially, you have to use your skills to serve the community. So you're expected to serve...
Whose community?
The community around you. So you're expected to serve the university community.
Okay.
You're expected to serve the nation. You're expected to serve the international community.
As a lecturer?
Yes. So at every point in time, you have to be doing a little bit of all these 3 things. So there are days where it is an absolutely teaching day. So I teach from 8 to 5. There are days where it's a research day and I'm just doing research. And there are days where it is community service. So for instance, I am expected to say organize a conference. That day is a service day because I have to be at the conference to ensure that everything is done. Maybe in between I'll run to the classroom and go and teach one class, go back. Yes. So I don't really have very typical days. It depends on what is on the bill for me. So I wake up every morning, look at my timetable, my to-do list.
But who draws your timetable for you?
I have to do it myself. Yes.
Wahala. And how have you balanced your personal life, your social life, and your work life all these years? How have you done it?
So I'll say how I balance things is just by planning. So I'm very good at planning. I don't know where I got it from. Even my mom always wonders about my planning.
How much of a planner you are.
I plan every single aspect of my life,
including eating, drinking water, sleeping.
I can show you my calendar right now. I have a lunch break slot on there. Yes, so I plan every aspect of my life. That's how I actually balance things. But you know, we always talk about work-life balance. It's something that is very hard to achieve. Yes. Work-life balance always looks different to different people. Yes. And there are times when certain aspects of your life need to suffer, if I need to put it that way, need to suffer so that the other
benefit of others.
Yes, so that other can thrive. I mean, okay, so there are times when I probably have to do overtime because maybe I have too many classes or I have to do research, which means that home has to suffer a little. And there are times when I have to put the work aside and then take care of the home. So it really depends on what is needed, yes. And I happen to have a very supportive husband.
Yes.
So, yes. You want that part, yes.
So it would interest you to know that Professor Priscilla Kolebia Mante is a wife of renowned Ghanaian rapper Kojo Cue. Yes, Professor Priscilla Kolebia Mante is a beautiful wife of renowned Ghanaian rapper Kojo Cue. Can I say rapper? Because he's a musician too, right? He raps and sings. So yeah, Obronino, Antonio. That's him na make. Yes, Prof. Talking about family. Where did you meet Kojo Cue?
Interestingly,
I'm very idiot.
Twitter.
Spill it up on Twitter.
Yes. So remember those days when we had BlackBerry phones?
Yes.
Yes. And then people used to put what do we call it? Is it the BB pin?
Yes.
We forgot it.
Yeah,
BB pin. Then you add them. Yes. So I followed him on Twitter. He followed me back. He put his BB pin there, and so I added him to my friends. And were they even called friends? Yes, I added him to friends on
Look
the
at
BB.
me.
Yes.
I'm stunned.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Yes. And then we started talking. You know, usually when you add somebody on the BBM, you have to say hi to them. Yeah. So I just said hi to them.
There was a term we used to.
Yes, I can't even remember.
Yes,
Can you imagine?
Is it? Let me check it out. But Prof, please go on.
Yes.
BBM pin.
Yes.
Messaging. There should be something. There was a term for it.
Yeah. So that's just it. So then we just started talking.
Wow.
Yes, and then
one thing led to another, and
yes,
here you are.
Another.
You guys had not met before.
No.
So you both didn't know where each other lived.
I mean, when we started talking, then yes, you introduce yourself. So I'm in Kumasi.
And then what were you studying? What stage of your life were you at?
So I was actually in the university. Yes.
Is it undergrad?
Yes.
Postgrad?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was doing my postgrad. Yes. So he just said he lived in Kumasi. But that time he was in Accra.
Okay.
He was in Accra for a bit, yes. And then I said, okay, I'm in Kumasi. And then he says, when he comes down, you come and see me. Yes, and then we met for the first time. And then
what made you add him on BBM?
You know, at that time, it wasn't really.
Is anything about him that fascinated you?
Not particularly. Okay. But you know, we all had that BBM, BlackBerry Messenger, and we were just accumulating friends. Yes, so I added him, and then we started talking. Yes. And he was an interesting person to talk to, yes. So then we became very good friends.
Did you know he was into music?
Oh, yes. I mean, you see on his timeline on Twitter.
Were you interested in his style, line of music? Were you a bit accustomed with certain things he was doing?
So like I've told you, I'm a hip-hop head. Yes. So his music was something I could identify with. Yes, I relate to, yes. So yes, and at that time I had not heard too many of his songs, yes, but the few I'd heard they were great, yeah.
how is a day in your home like? There is a professor, a professor in books and a professor in music.
So it's
on a regular
it's
day.
a very ordinary home. It's
how ordinary?
Very, very ordinary. So I don't know. Maybe I suppose I don't take my professor home. I don't enter the house wearing an academic gown or I enter the house as wife, as Priscilla. Yes. So very, 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 very normal.
Things.
No book long things.
Do you know me?
No.
Do you know how many students respond to me?
No, not
you
at
say,
all.
hey, do you know my fans? Do you know the Q ones? Kojo, please, on this note, all your fans are called Q ones. And I'm the first on the list. Interesting. Now, let's come back to you. Pharmacology, right? We'll come back to home, but what has been one of your most stressful moments as a pharmacologist, if you can remember any?
Stressful. That is very hard to pinpoint. I think I'd pick when I was in my PhD.
Okay.
Yes, that's hands down the most stressful period, because when you are doing postgraduate studies, the academic calendar is a full year. So when we had the academic calendar starting in August, it's from August to the next year, July. Yes, you don't get breaks.
None at all.
No. So a lot of the time, postgraduate students actually run away just so that they can have a break. Yes, but you don't get a break. So the full year you are there constantly. There are demands on your time. You need to meet this deadline. I remember, I think the one thing that put me on edge when I started my PhD is that after the first year, every work I had done, one day I went online and then somebody had already published everything that I had done, which means I had to start again. So as in the second year, but I was starting from scratch.
You don't see?
Yes. So essentially, I wanted to finish my PhD in 3 years, which means I had 2 years to do the work that was supposed to have been done in 3 years. Yes.
I'm tired on your behalf.
I was tired. So for the 2 years, I was constantly under pressure. Yes. It got better after I became a member of faculty, because to some extent, you can't control your schedule a bit, yes. But then, of course, I can have very stressful teaching days or weeks, yes. But I don't think the stress I currently feel compares to when I was doing my PhD. No.
Do you ever get people thinking you've had life on a silver platter? Like, look at this tiny, cute woman. And I'm assuming that you're not yet in your 40s. I'm assuming.
No.
And even before, they say life begins at 40, but you have almost entered the prime of your life before 40. You are driving a good car, you have a good job, you have a sweet, sweet, sweet husband that most people, adore because of precious, that's the word, what he has decided to give out, his craft, share his craft with the world. You also sharing your brains with the world. As a one real crown when you
I will not say that I haven't suffered. I have worked hard for every single thing that I have. Anyone who knows me can attest to the fact that I have worked for every single thing that I have. Nothing has been given to me on a silver platter. At every point I've had to work for it. Yes, so I don't think anyone can confidently stand anywhere and say
you're
that
one of God's real daughters. The other ones are adopted,
so probably
adopted daughters of God, so they have to overwork themselves. But the real ones,
yes. I understand what you mean. Yes. God has been gracious every step of my life. Right. It doesn't mean that I haven't had challenges. I've had some very weird challenges that you not even understand. If I start to break down some of the problems I've had, you'd wonder whether it is a fearful or yes. So I've had problems, but every step it has always worked out. Yes, it has not necessarily worked out when I wanted it to, but it has worked out eventually. Yes.
I'll ask you this daring question: did you fear that marriage may be a stumbling block, regardless of who you married? And that is why you really wanted to achieve a lot of things on your checklist before you said, I do. Or you knew you were going to rise to a level where you could call the shots. So yes, I'm married, but I can still go for my dreams. And how has marriage life influenced your growth in the industry you find yourself in?
Yes, so of course, growing up, I understood. I'm a woman, and I understand that some of these social, should I put it, responsibilities can easily get in the way of your progress. Yes, so it's always something I've had at the back of my mind. It's also dictated who I decided to marry. So I went into finding a life partner based on who understands me best and is willing to support my dreams.
Awesome.
Yes, so I know that marriage sometimes, yes, I speak with women who have challenges with their professional life just because of marriage. Yes, so it's one of the things I've had at the back of my mind. But I also detected who I decided to get married to, and so I chose somebody who supports my dreams. I chose somebody who understands that I am on a path. Are you okay? And I'm on a journey, and I'm going to need you to hold my hand through that journey. And you are not allowed to be a stumbling block. Yes, so
the underlined word is you are not allowed.
Yes, you are not allowed to be a stumbling
because
block.
I wouldn't also want to be a stumbling block in
your journey. Yes. So if you know that my journey is a bit too much for you, then you need to speak up before we get married, and then you start to show me one or two.
Shaggy. The Gen Zs will say shaggy. Prof, you're a millennial, right? You're not a Gen Z.
Yeah,
so we the Gen Zs will say shaggy. And how influential has marriage been? Instrumental, pardon.
I think it has been quite instrumental. Like I said, I have a very supportive husband. Yes, I don't need to explain myself too much in terms of what I want to do next. He gets it. Are you okay? He really, really gets it. And I think his career has also influenced my career in a bit. You know, he's a mental health advocate, essentially, with his music.
Yes, his songs.
Yes, and all of that, yes. And I do neuroscience. Yes, I deal with the brain.
We'll be talking about that soon.
So his journey has sort of influenced the sort of things that I have decided to give my attention to. Are we okay? Because initially, by training, I'm just supposed to be in the lab, mixing things, play with rats and that sort of things. Yeah, but the work I do also ties in very well with mental health. Yes, so
it's in line.
Yes, it's actually very much aligned. Yes, with mental health. Yes, so even though I'm in the lab mixing things and all of that, I also pay attention to the mental health aspects. Yes, of research. Yeah.
Okay, let's come to neuroscience. Why the brain? There's a heart. There's a kidneys, there's a skin, there's a teeth. So why the brain?
The brain for me is because it's a very challenging organ. It's arguably the most complicated organ that we have. Yes, it's very, very difficult to understand. And I'm a woman who likes challenges. So when I was introduced to neuroscience and all the fascinating things that you get to explore in neuroscience, I was like, this is a challenge for me. Yes, and I settled with the brain. Yes. Of course, I do one or two things with other organs. Yes, but then for me, the brain is very, very fascinating, and I am very, very interested in
talking about the brain. What about the study of the brain really interested you so much that you wanted to delve in more? I don't know if I'm plain enough?
Yeah, I think I get. So, like you mentioned earlier, my research is on epilepsy. Yes. So how I came to that is, like I already mentioned, I started working with my first mentor, who was a neuropharmacologist. So he was doing a lot of brain stuff, epilepsy, depression, anxiety. But I settled with epilepsy because of my work as a pharmacist. So, you know, as a pharmacist, you get to interact with some of these patients. Yeah. And I came across patients who suffer these seizures constantly. And knowing that these patients have absolutely no hope that maybe someday they'll be free of this type of condition. And that for me is really stood out. And I recognized that I had skills that could help me provide some potential solution to the challenges that these patients are having. So why not? Why not dedicate my life to doing that?
Wow. We grew up knowing or thinking that epilepsy is a spiritual ailment. Back in the days where we need to research about someone in their family before they are married into, you realize that if a home bears any member who suffers epilepsy, please, for the want of better word, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Madness, I mean, it's a HATTRICK, or someone who is a lunatic, if there is any word like that.
So psychosis.
Psychosis. Okay, psychosis.
Or schizophrenia.
Okay, schizo, psychosis, epilepsy. I'm almost like Fefania by heart. There's a term.
Kleptomania.
Thank you, Doc. You won't be allowed to. They will back out. Were you not scared that research about epilepsy? No. What if I contract one? What if the fear? You know, was there not that African fear? If there's anything like that, or what actually was that? Is it the final breakout? Like, no, this is it. I have to do this. This is the more reason why I need to even find the root of epilepsy. So, one, is it a spiritual thing? Are people who suffer epilepsy having juju attacks, or is it in their family, or is it something that is hereditary?
Okay, so the stigma attached to epilepsy is still around. Yes,
very much.
Yes, you'll be surprised that even in 2024, the stigma is over there. Yes, so like you're right, people used to believe or still believe that there's a spiritual connotation to epilepsy, but no, science has shown what can potentially cause seizures.
Okay.
Yes, so there are potential causes of seizures. In terms of the hereditary factor, there is some hereditary
trait.
Yes, factor over there, but it's not automatic. It's not that this person has epilepsy, so all their children will be epileptic. You know, in science, in medicine, everything is chance and probability. Yes, so it's not 100% that this person has epilepsy, so when they have a child, the child is going to have epilepsy. There's a chance, but it's not 100%. So there's that. So you can more or less understand the old practice where people used to investigate the lineage to see whether there's something like that. Yeah, there's a chance, but it's not automatic that it's going to happen.
So it's not completely the truth.
It's not. Well, I'm not saying yes. Well, if you were to put it, it's not. Yes, it's not the whole truth.
The whole truth.
Yes, it's not the whole truth of the matter. Yes, and well, I have done research. I've done science, so I know for a fact that if I interact with somebody who has seizures, it's not going to be transferred to me because I know how the seizures can potentially come about. Yes. So unless I go through that process, just interacting with a person, just like HIV, just interacting with a person will not give me. You have to go an extra mile to be able to contract the condition. So I had I have zero fear. I want to put it that way. I have zero fear of researching around epilepsy. Yes. Yeah.
What is one of the sad moments of an epileptic patient having seizures? Of all the things they do when they have a seizure, what is that part that saddens you all the time when it happens?
So there are, unfortunately, it looks like in these parts we don't really do extensive diagnosis into epilepsy, but there are some types of epilepsies that can be very, very severe, that can even present with what we call SUDEP, which is sudden death in epilepsy. So those types of epilepsies, they usually come from birth. Yes, so the people are born with it. And what that just means is, if you have a child that suffers those types of severe epilepsies, every time you put a child to bed, it's potentially the last time you might see the child alive. So when I encounter people who have those types of severe epilepsies, yes, it's very, should I say, it's very humbling.
So yes. You mean even as old as a day old, they can have seizures?
Oh yes,
from birth.
Yes, you can be born, and then you'd have issues, and then you might present with seizures. Yes, there are some groups of epilepsies that can be very severe. You know, sometimes we see maybe the person has a seizure and then they recover. Yes, that's because for most seizures they are self-limiting, so they happen for a brief period, and then the person recovers. Yes, but there are people whose seizures can be very, very, very extreme, to the point that they have developmental challenges. So you just get up and then you walk easily. It's not the same for everybody. They will have problems walking. They even have problems talking. Even learning challenges, yes. And then chances that they might pass on to is always higher. Yeah. So it depends. They are very. That's why I'm saying in our parts we don't. It's the truth. We don't do a very good job. We don't do a very good job with the management, the diagnosis even. We don't. Yes, and that is not really our fault. It always boils down to what we have, the tools available to us. Yes.
Since you studied about the brain, before an epileptic seizure, what happens in the mind? I know it sounds some way, but is there anything, you know how when two wires are connected, you see some fire sparks, you know, na atija kakra. Bibi tija wa adwene ni mu yeah, asana epilepsy seizure.
I'm thinking of the best way to put this for you.
Yeah.
So you know your brain is made up of very small units which we call neurons.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard it.
Yes.
So the nerves, the neurons.
The nerves, yes.
So they communicate with each other. And the way they communicate with each other is with electrical signals.
So in the brain?
Yes.
In the brain?
Yes. So there are electrical signals and then some chemical signals. That's how they communicate. So if you, for instance, want to talk, you need all those electrical signals moving, those chemicals moving, yes, for you to be able to function. Essentially, our understanding of a seizure is when you have too much of the electrical signals in your brain. So there's what is considered a normal electrical activity. Yes. So when you have too much of the electrical activity, if you put it that way, then that is what will manifest as a seizure. Yes.
Now, Doc, a little bit away from epilepsy, people go to the bathrooms and before we hear, they said they slipped, they died, they fell, they died, or they are found sitting on their WCs, they won't respond anymore. I've forgotten the term because someone I know personally had it, where they are just found at the washroom they go to the hospital and they're no longer mobile. I don't know if that's the right word. They can't move, they can't speak, they can't eat.
Are they alive?
No, they're breathing, so they're alive. But
like a stroke.
Yeah, but then there's a term.
Is it a cardiovascular accident?
Not that one. There's another where almost say a cocan no baby ate or something. I'm taking you way beyond. But what happens to a person that they are alive, but then the brain is not working anymore?
So they are brain dead.
Yes.
So when you say what happens to them,
what causes the brain to suddenly shut down? Something like that.
I don't know. This is a little vague.
Okay.
So it really depends.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can look at it this way.
Right.
Your body or the organs in your body are alive because they have a blood supply.
Okay.
If anything cuts blood supply to an organ, it's expected to die. Are we okay?
Right.
So if anything cuts blood supply to your brain,
that's it.
The neurons too can start to die. Are we okay? The neurons that we spoke about, they can also start to die. A very common, probably maybe I should use this example. You can have stroke.
Okay.
Because maybe there's a blockade in the transfer of blood to a part of your brain. Yes, and it will manifest as stroke. Yes. So when you say when their brain dies, I'm a little confused. Yes.
Bro. But back then we used to see that when people have epileptic seizures, they put spoons in their mouth.
Yes. So this is a conversation I have in my undergraduate class a lot, and there's always arguments about it. Yeah, so there are a lot of beliefs about if someone is having a seizure, there's a potential for them to swallow their tongue. You've heard that? Yeah. They will say their tongue will swallow. No. There's a potential for them to bite their tongues,
right,
or things like that. Or sometimes they grind their teeth.
Yeah.
Yes. So in our setting, people are trying to prevent those things by putting the spoon in the mouth.
Oh.
Yes. But technically, you are not supposed to do that. Yes. When you put objects into the mouth of someone who is seizing, the chances of that object getting into their throat, yes, and causing them to suffocate is quite high. So you are not supposed to do that. You should rather focus on keeping them safe. So if, for instance, they have the seizure outside, and maybe where they are having the seizure, there's some danger, maybe cars. Yes, you should focus more on protecting them. Yes, providing safety for them, because, like I said, for most seizures, they are self-limiting, which means the seizure will run for a period and it will stop and the patient will recover.
And then why is it always in public that these people have seizures?
It's not always in public. It is you seeing them in public. They probably have it
when they are alone.
Yes, when they are alone. But then for some people too, they have triggers. So they have things that when they are exposed to, the seizure will happen. Yes. So there are people who have seizures that are triggered by bright flashing lights. So if you expose them to the bright flashing lights, the seizure might come. Yes. So maybe you are seeing the people outside as those people who have the triggers. But then people who have epilepsy, they have seizures when they are alone or when they are in their private space. So you just might have encountered one time where they had it in public.
Right.
Yes. It doesn't mean it always happens
all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Prof, you have studied about the brain a lot. In our part of the world, depression is one of the conditions that we give less attention to. Over the years, your studies in neuroscience, what does it say to you about depression, and how best can we as a society help depressed people?
This is quite a loaded question. So as part of our research, we do work on depression. But a lot of the time we look at potential drugs or new drugs that can be used to manage depression. But a lot of these mental illnesses have a lot of things that can predispose you to them. Yes. So what can we do as a society? I think we need to really, and as a matter of urgency, improve our mental health services.
Okay.
Yes. We can do awareness. Yes. I have seen that a lot of the young people, a lot of the young doctors or the young people in the medical field recently, they make a lot of efforts to increase
attention.
Awareness on some of these conditions, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Some of these things need to be woven into our public health systems. Are we okay? They need to be woven into our public health systems. You remember, I don't know, when we were growing up, there were these social marketing campaigns about drug abuse.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 And you remember that. Yes. Those are things we should be doing in relation to mental health. So pointing people in the direction of what they can do to take care of themselves or where they can seek help when they need it. Yes. It should be ingrained into a lot of our public health. But you see, a lot of the effort is actually very individual efforts. Yes. But all those efforts need to really come together and on a larger scale. Yes. So that people know where they can go for help. Yes. What they can do to take better care of themselves. Yes.
Prof, if there is any young lady listening to you and aspires to be like you, what is this one thing that you did throughout your life that yourself is thankful for, that you want to share with them to also try and see if it will be beneficial to them?
So I think for me, I have always been confident in myself, and I've always been confident in my abilities. When I see an opportunity, I go for it. One thing I have come to learn with us women is we doubt ourselves a lot. Yes. I work in a very male-dominated field, so I notice how the men act and then how the women act. We tend to doubt ourselves a lot. So we see an opportunity, and the typical woman, she will now start doing all the calculations in her head about pros and cons, what can go wrong, and all of that. So I always tell women that whenever you encounter an opportunity, usually opportunities, they'll give you a criteria. If you have this and this, then you qualify. And then a typical woman will read, say, okay, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, then should move on. Yes, don't do that. If you read the criteria, there are 10 things. You can check 6 of them, you are good to go.
Go for it.
Go for it. Because a man would see the same thing. He will not check any of the criteria, but he will go for it. Yes. So if you can take 60%, you are good to go. God will take care of the 40.
Prof, we're going to open the phone lines and have your fans call us. But what is your favorite song from your husband's list of songs? Hey, there's one. Mame Kaimante Kojo.
It's called Dia.
Hey,
oh, I was on that album. I was executive producer.
Yes. The title is Dia.
Yes. Dia.
Okay.
Like Papa Bomi Dia.
Yes. Can you rap? Can you sing? We'll play that. But you tell me Judy K is one person you love.
Yes.
Let me drop a Judy K song briefly, but call me on 024680. This is Kojo Cue. Oh, but unfortunately I don't have Gia here. Is there any other song from
Richard Porter?
Hey. Okay. Is there any day where you look at him and you say, wow, so he's all mine?
Oh yes, a lot. Yeah. A lot of the time.
What about Kojo really makes you smitten?
I don't know, but he loves me. And it is It's very evident in everything that he does. Yes. He's constantly concerned for my welfare. He just texted me, actually. To check on me.
Could you please check on us too? We are your fans. Please check on us too. So here we go. Give me a call now on 0246 807 545. I've been speaking to Professor Priscilla Kolebia Mante, and she's giving us insight about epilepsy. All right. So if there's anything to take home away from this studio, this conversation today, is that she has worked for everything she had. Yes, I know. And on the pinky test, you are not allowed to think about the question. So it's either a this or a that, and you are not supposed to think about a question.
So do I have options?
Yes, 2 options. You choose one.
Right.
So indoor activity or outdoor adventure?
Indoor.
Trailer or comedy movies?
Comedy.
But I thought you said you like action movies.
Yes.
Or in this option?
I don't like thrillers.
What?
And I don't like anything that is scary. So comedy, yes.
But action exposes so much blood. Sometimes.
It's not scary.
Home cooked meals or dining out?
Home cooked. Yeah.
By you or by Kojo?
Whoever is available to do it.
But who's the best cook between you two?
Right now, Kojo is raining.
Hey, Prof.
Yes.
Prof.
Oh, yes.
Prof.
I won't lie. Right now, he's raining.
Equipping for DNK.
He decided to go and improve his skills. I kept the old skills.
Recipes alone.
Yeah.
He has advanced.
Yes.
He's really showing a good front for the meal. But anyway, e-books or books?
Books.
Wine or cocktails?
Cocktails.
Classical music or jazz?
None of the above.
Love or money?
Love.
Prof, we are done. Thank you for coming on Pink.
Thank you.
As you leave our studios, what are you leaving us with?
Okay, so thank you for having me. This has been fun.
Very.
Yes, and I'd just like to say to the women listening to me that always remember that you are capable. Yes, and no matter the challenges that you encounter, always remember that you are capable. Whatever you need to be able to overcome that challenge is within you. So look inside and then find your strength.
Okay, so the phone lines jammed a bit, but let me read a few messages. This is from Gertrude. Gertrude says, she's such an inspiration. I love her. And Deborah says she was a pharmacology lecturer, very, very smart woman. Such a jewel she is. I read the last one from another lady. Auntie Charlotte says, keenly watching you on Pink, and that lady is mesmerizing. She is. Professor Priscilla Kolebia Mante. It was such an honor having you on the Pink Show. Thank you so much for watching Pink. My outfit was from Jack Marsh Clothing inside Asqua, opposite Carousel School. Auntie Ruth will sort you out. Hello to everyone inside NK Splendor Beauty Salon. You guys made me look like the princess I am today. I'm loving the hair, loving the simple makeup, and everything in between. Hello to Speckify for my earrings, my bracelets, and every accessory that makes me, look pink. And of course to See White Phones for always having our back, making sure that once you lose your phone, it is easily replaced. And Ambi, where every one of us is having a meal experience. Prof, have you been to Ambi before?
Interestingly, no.
Please set a date with Kojo. Let me know and I'll make all the provision.
All right.
It's on us.
All right.
Yes, for coming to share your brain with us. Please, we owe you that.
Right.
Let us know when, and we'll treat you to a treat that you feel you have been treated. Hey, Bass. Thank you to our brother, the Big D, always on production. Abena Dapa, aka Ghana's most beautiful, SKAE, Big D on production for Pink. I am Abena K Yadom. Prof, finally, Sunday is a big day for me. Sunday, I am hosting the MTN stand in worship.
Oh, okay.
It is strictly by invitation, but yeah.
Where's it happening?
It's happening inside the Golden Bean.
Oh, okay.
But it will be live on TV, so I'll give you the details.
Okay.
And you get to watch. Umza.
Yeah,
I'll be speaking Neuro Brofo on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening and make sure to enjoy the rest of our programs. I'll be here again, God willing, next week Wednesday with another phenomenal woman. Yeah.
Easter Saturday, 30th March. If you believe in the celebration of the blackout, we are party.